Okay, welcome back. Getting ready for Tuesday. We're going to meet in class. We're going to study all about triangles, all these new vocabulary words, but I want you to remember that everything comes from squares. We're going to cut it in half. We have 180 degrees, but we have all these classifications and special names for these triangles we're going to study. Before we start, Charlie Brown and I, the entire week, the entire month, and then every time we accomplish something, hopefully we can celebrate. All right? So let's get started on Tuesday's lesson. The first thing I want you to do is we're going to draw parallel lines, like a square, like a rectangle, parallel lines. Then we're going to cut with what's called a transversal. Okay, so we have parallel lines, and then this line, transversal. Okay, transversal. Then when we cut it, that's called a transversal, this black line. Now the first one I did was like our rectangle, like our square at 90 degrees. Because I wanted you to believe that if we cut it with a 45-degree line, we cut it in half. And if a square is 360 degrees, then a triangle has to be 180 degrees. Cool. I'm going to go on next step. One of the words that we want to know a lot about is called the equilateral triangle. So on your paper, remember you can pause at any time. We've drawn the 45 for a right triangle. The next one I want to create is called the equilateral triangle. 60 degrees, 60 degrees, 60 degrees. Okay? Now to do that, I have my parallel lines, and then I'm going to draw the transversal at 60 degrees. Okay? When I do that, as I tip the line, this gets smaller. As that gets smaller, they're equal. Now, this is getting bigger. As this gets bigger, this gets smaller. As this gets bigger, this gets smaller. So this angle is always equal to that angle. This angle is always equal to that angle. Okay? Now watch what happens when I draw the other 60-degree angle. Okay? As I draw the other 60-degree angle, this angle is equal to this angle. 60 degrees, 60 degrees. Now, I'm trying to prove to you that all triangles are 180 degrees. Well, if they're 180 degrees, then 60 plus 60 plus 60. But how do we know? How do we actually know that that is 60 degrees? All right. Here's where the learning and the assumptions, the conjectures come in. All right? So let's go over here. Straight line. Straight line. How many degrees? Remember, an entire circle is 360. Half a circle is 180. So 180 degrees is a straight line. Straight line is 180 degrees. All right. Now, if I cut with a transversal, doesn't matter how, okay? I go straight up and down, 90 degree, 90 degree. Okay? 90, 90, 180 degrees. 90 and 90, 180 degrees. I want to tip it so we can make the point. Okay? Doesn't matter how I cut it. I think you agree that as I tip it, it's still 180 degrees. This angle plus this angle is 180. This angle plus this angle is 180. Let's actually mark that. Okay? This and this are the same. As it tips, these stay the same, these stay the same. They're still 180 degrees. So this angle and this angle are 180 degrees. But we know that purple angle goes right there. That purple angle is called alternate interior. We have the parallel lines, line A, line B. Alternate interior. And we're going to be learning to use those vocabulary words. All right. Now, if I take and draw another line, and it doesn't matter, it could be straight up and down, it could be at an angle, whatever we want. I'm going to kind of exaggerate it a little bit here. Okay? As I cut that, this angle is the same as this angle. Cool. We already know this is 180 degrees. This is 180 degrees. We know that a straight line is 180 degrees. So the actual measure right here has to be whatever's left to make 180 degrees. These two make 180, these two make 180. We know that that goes there, alternate interior. This one goes here, alternate interior. But when we're all done, we have nothing more than 180 degrees. All triangles are made up of three angles. 1, 2, 3. All right? And we know this angle is the same as this one. This angle is the same as this one. Therefore, the piece that's missing has to be whatever it takes to make 180. So, when we're all said and done, all triangles are 180 degrees. So, a triangle is equal to 180 degrees, and it's made up of the question mark, the first alternate interior, we'll call that angle 1. The second alternate interior, we'll call that angle 2. Therefore, all triangles are nothing more than a straight line. All right, now the vocab. Right triangles, we're good at it, okay? So the right triangle, whenever you see that symbol, okay? The equilateral triangle, the one where all the sides are equal, all the angles are equal, equilateral. The isosceles triangle, two sides are equal. Two sides are equal. And if the sides are equal, base angles are equal. All right, so isosceles, equilateral, the right. Other types, really wide triangles, where this angle is greater than 90, that's called obtuse. Where all the angles are less than 90, it's called acute. And then a special one, where all three sides are different measures. That's called a scalene triangle. Phew. Just this day alone, look at all the vocabulary. Something you already knew, that a triangle had half, 360 degrees, 180 degrees. You knew it, but I wanted to show it on paper using the special vocab. We'll see you Tuesday in class. Welcome back.